Back to the Javelina 100 presented by Hoka. I'm Chris Warden.
I'm Andy Jones-Wilkins.
And our next guest is somebody who we didn't know existed a year ago, but by God, that was to our own detriment. Will Murray, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Glad to have
Will,
you.
you're back in Arizona racing. It was, 8 months ago that your name burst on the scene at the Black Canyon 100K. We were doing a Mountain Outpost broadcast of that, and you found yourself in golden ticket position, and you pulled it off. What have you been up to since then?
Well, since then I was training for Western States, finishing up the school year as a teacher. Unfortunately, wasn't able to run Western States. I had an injury that took me out of the race like 10 days before, which was pretty devastating. But since then, I've been able to recover and train well for hopefully a ticket back to Western States.
So the last time you were running in Arizona, it was in February. It was a little bit chillier than this. But I heard that you've been doing what you can to adequately prepare for what you're expecting to see this weekend. Can you talk about what you've done recently?
Yeah, most of the training has been geared towards just like running a steady, pretty smooth pace, which is what I'm going to do all day tomorrow. In terms of training for the heat, I've been in the sauna, but a lot of it comes down to just managing on the day, like keeping cool, lots of ice. Yeah, I've done some interesting training with the bike as well, but the big emphasis has been on the long runs, and I think just like getting legs that are strong and ready to run well at the end of the day is the key. So that's what I've been doing.
I want to talk a little bit about the bike, because when we chatted after Black Canyon, you mentioned that you do spend a fair bit of time cycling. Like, cycling's an important part of your life. It's what you like to do. How do you, like, what does a typical sort of training block look like in terms, especially for coming into a race like this, which obviously running focused? How do you mix in the biking?
Yeah, well, particularly for this, it was good because I was coming back from the ankle injury and I could use the bike in order to not like put so much impact on my ankle in terms of just run. But even when I'm healthy, I do use the bike. Part of it is just it's fun for me to ride, so I'll do like an extra hour or two workout in the evening after I've already run in the morning just to be on the bike, be outside. But then I've also done a long ride on Saturday and then a long run on Sunday, so I can do those back-to-back days with a little less impact. And then two other interesting things I've done, I guess, is one, I've done some long rides straight into long run, like a quick 5-minute change into running clothes, so I can get a really long day in with a little less cost. For Western States, I was doing some like 8 to 10 hour days with part on the bike, part running. And then I've done some big gear intervals for like some muscular endurance leading up to this race, which was fun.
Like, you put it on the big chain ring?
Yeah. Going up a climb, like churning a heavy gear at 50 RPM.
Dang.
So.
Can you talk about how you prepared with regards to heat mitigation and nutrition for this event? Because this is drastically different than, as far as I could tell, anything else that you've ever been racing. So
Yeah, heat mitigation, I've got a lot of ice, a lot of places that I can put ice, pack, ice bandana, sleeves.
It's amazing how many places you can find to put ice in this race. Let me tell you firsthand.
That's right, and water all over myself. Like I said, I've been in the sauna. And then nutrition, I do mainly drink mix, so a lot of liquid calories. I'll also I've got like one lap dedicated to gels, but the main strategy is going to be to use liquid nutrition, liquid calories, which I think helps I have to drink anyway in the heat, so.
Yeah.
I wanted to switch gears for a second to your professional life.
Yeah.
Because when we first met after your Black Canyon performance, I learned that you were an independent school teacher back in New Jersey at Blair Academy, math teacher. I was a long-time career educator myself, and I've learned that since then you've moved on from that, but you're cobbling together a living as a tutor, as an academic coach.
Correct.
And allowing you to run a little bit more full time, be a little bit more flexible with your schedule. I mean, couple of years ago, could you have seen that happening? Was that part of the long-range plan, or was that one of those if life gives you an opportunity, you take it?
Yeah, it's exactly that. I definitely couldn't have seen that coming even 9 months ago, just before Black Canyon. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun going to these races and training, and I feel like I have a good level, so I want to keep pursuing it. And I love teaching, so I've found a way to be able to do both. And yeah, just doing tutoring sessions in the evening for mostly high school math students. And I can do some lesson prep during the day, but I have a lot more flexibility to be where I want to be to train and race.
I think it's interesting, actually, as we're in this age where we have more and more athletes are able to become full-time or almost full-time athletes. But in your case, you can do that, but also stay connected or stay, entwined with a life that, could probably sustain you long after your competitive athletic career is over. I mean, you could envision a time 20 years from now where you're back to the classroom full time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had just dropped teaching and gone full time into running for the next decade, it might be a little bit more difficult to sort of turn that corner and pivot. So it's kind of neat to see where you're taking these dual paths that you obviously have a passion for and making them both work.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that like part of the plan?
That was exactly my mindset. Yeah. I'm tutoring to stay in the teaching game, and I'll be back in the classroom. I don't know when, but I'll be back in the classroom.
Yeah.
'Cause
And then
love it.
one more thing related to that, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, when you had this breakout performance at Black Canyon, you didn't have a coach.
Correct.
Now you have a coach. How has that changed this dynamic as well?
I've improved more in the last 8 months than in any other stretch of my life as an athlete. I think it's been huge. I think I just one, you have somebody who you can bounce ideas off about your training, but also, I mean, John Fitzgerald, he's one of the best coaches in the world, probably. He's really a professional, and I've just brought new elements to my training, and I've been able to do it a lot better, and I have the confidence that he has me doing what I need to do.
That's fantastic. And John Fitzgerald, your coach, is at Javelina for the first time. He's been in the sport probably 20 years, but it's so great to have him here for the first time. So I'm sure he'll be like a very proud coach tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
To piggyback off of that, it actually kind of builds off of what I was going to ask next. I'm assuming, Will, this is your first time here at Javelina.
Yeah, it's my first time.
When you and your coach walked in, what were your impressions of what you were walking into as you started to head into headquarters and you could see the line of cars coming in? It's not like any other race you've ever been to, is it?
No, it's really new. It feels big to me. It's cool that it's all in this one spot at Javelina headquarters. And good desert vibe. Kind of reminds me of the Black Canyon trails. So,
who else is on your crew, and are they going to be able to stay focused on what they've got to do for you rather than getting swallowed up by the party that's going on around them?
Yeah. So my good friend Payson is driving over from San Diego. He's going to be my other crew member along with John. And Payson may or may not jump in to pace me for a lap. The plan is no pacer, but if I want one, then he's there. And then my buddy Zach Hauer from Open Fuel is actually racing, so he would normally be my crew, but he's racing here at Javelina too.
So, what's your plan? I know you kind of went into Black Canyon just an open book in terms of race tactics, try and stay close to the front and see how it happens. Kind of similar for this one?
Yeah, I think you have to put yourself in the game early.
Yeah.
Ultimately, everyone sort of ends up running their own effort. It's just too long a day to maybe run somebody else's pace the entire time. So I'm going to take care of myself, just have the best day that I possibly can. But I definitely plan to put myself at the front and compete.
And the ticket is the goal, right?
Well, the goal is to achieve the best day that I possibly can. And
Good answer.
He's so diplomatic.
I tried.
I have confidence that if I have a good day, then it'll work out.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned. I was mentioning this to JP Giblin because last year I ran the race, and as I was coming into Rattlesnake Ranch on my fourth loop, the second place male and the third place male were coming through their fifth loop, and they're just less than 3 miles from the finish, and they were 30 seconds apart. So this
It was
race,
wild.
Yeah,
I was there.
Jeff
Yeah.
McGavero with Jeff Colt pacing him, and then Dan Green. I think Dan was running solo at the time.
I think he was, yeah.
And so this is a race that historically has. I mean, yes, last year David Roche was off the front, but it's a race where you're going gun to gun.
Even better.
Yeah.
Well, then again, he's also got experience in another race where it goes wire to down to the wire to get that golden ticket. So, he's as battle tested as anybody
That's
out
true.
here, really.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
despite maybe the inexperience on a grander scale, he knows what it's like to fight for a golden ticket down to those last couple miles.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. So, what are you going to be wearing out there here this weekend?
What am I going to be wearing?
Like your gear, which designers do you wear? No?
Shoes.
Okay.
Are you going pack, handhelds, that kind of thing?
I've got shoes. I'm wearing the Brooks Catamount.
Okay.
It's just the trail shoe that I've always worn. Works for me. And
Old school. I like it. Yeah.
And then I'm wearing a pack. Yeah, I like to wear a pack. I have to carry a lot of water. I sweat a lot. And I also just
Will you
prefer
have
to-
more than a liter?
Yeah, so I'll have, I guess, 1.5 liters in my pack because I'll have a third bottle in in the lower back, and then I'll carry one. So I'll go out on the loop with 2 liters every time. Yeah, and then I'll probably still have to refill. I mean, it's 2.5 hours out there, but
But you're you're a heavy sweater. You need that. Yeah.
yeah, and also the pack allows you to put ice in it, so it's like an extra cooling mechanism as well.
And then
Sure.
all the things, ice bandana,
Sleeves with ice in them, hat. Keep the hat wet, keep the shirt wet, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you going to pack a comb?
Sorry, what?
Oh, we need
All
to
right,
talk.
here you go.
So, Will,
Young Jedi, you need to learn.
one of the things that I tell people that are running this race for the first time is that they need to pack a comb, like a simple men's cheap 50-cent comb. And the reason why is, God forbid you end up getting a choya on your sock or your shoe. The last thing you want to do is try and take it off barehanded or swat it off. If you see one on the trail, don't try and nudge it out of the way. Just avoid it entirely because those things will end up all over you. Like the spines grab in such a way that if you even look at them funny, they will end up attaching themselves to you. And the easiest way to get them off is a simple little drugstore comb that you can flick off. So.
Okay, maybe I'll just try and avoid them.
That's probably that's the best. But I don't know if you ever saw the picture of Tara Dower a couple of years ago.
I've seen it. Yeah.
She clarified today. She didn't fall into a cactus. She just brushed up against one. That's how quickly they can find their way onto you. So just be careful and avoid the choya, and you should be fine.
Thank you for the tip. Yeah.
So.
And what does a perfect day look like? You kind of hinted at it already. I tried to push on the ticket, and you were like, no, you know what? If you run your best race, and you've run your best race, then the chips will fall where they fall.
Yeah, because I can't control how other runners do. Maybe I have the best day I possibly can, and I finish 7th or 15th, and that can't be failure, because I had the best day I possibly could. So that would be a success. But again, I'm confident and I'm competitive, so I do think that my best day is good enough. And we'll see. But just if I'm mentally engaged the whole time and I'm running strong late in the race, all my training has been geared towards, and I feel like I had my best day, that would be success.
Nice.
Well, I think you're going to have a great weekend, and we're looking forward to following your progress out there. Will Murray, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to have you, Will. Have a great day out there.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.